The message is loud and clear. This is not the 1940s. This is not the 1950s, and this is not the 1960s. Our ancestors, from slavery to Jim Crow, segregation, the KKK, and through all of the voting rights and civil rights demonstrations throughout the land, suffered and paid the price. The time has come. No more. An attack on one is an attack on all. No other group of people have been disrespected and maligned like black people have. But that time is now over. We're not turning the other cheek anymore. We're not scratching where we don't itch, and we're not laughing when we don't feel like laughing. And we're not bowing down to any other ethnic group. Respect us, and we'll respect you. That's the bottom line. This is a new generation, and the new generation is not going back. Let that sink in.
3 million black people in America are the role models for 1.8 billion black people in the world. When we say something's cool, it's cool in Tibet. When we say something's a dud, it's a dud in North Korea. We have mastered culture, community, and cool and creativity, yes or no? So now all we have to do is switch, become bilingual, and master capitalism, commerce, and a new community. Don't go from rocking the mic to owning it. So I want you just to shift your brain. In other words, you are the capital. You already have what you need. When you walk in a room, you are unique. Everybody wants to be you, except they don't want to be black.
So black American people are special people, not because they claim to be perfect, not because they are better than others, but because their story is unlike any other story on earth. People who were enslaved, stripped of language, culture, names, families, and dignity, yet rose to shape music, culture, science, faith, politics, and global influence. That alone tells us something powerful. This is not about arrogance. This is about recognition. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for clicking and thank you for stopping by. If you're new to this channel, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And lest I forget, credit goes to all the creators who will be using their clips on this episode. With no further ado, let's dive right into the videos.
A lot of us don't get this, Charlemagne. Do you realize you're the only people in world history who are not even considered people? We had to fight to prove we were human beings before we could fight for freedom. People leave that step out. It wasn't a fight for freedom. It was a fight for humanity, then a fight for freedom, then a fight for equality, and now we at stage 4, a fight for survival. You're the only people who was not allowed to learn by law. You're the only people who are dehumanized by law, okay? And you are the only people who the world benefited from your enslavement and did nothing, absolutely nothing about it, but the entire world benefited from you. So black people don't owe no explanations to nobody. They owe them to us. But before there can be external reparations, there has to be internal reparations, which is what I think y'all hitting at. Yes, we know white America owes us, but you'll never get from the outside until you do from the inside first. As we...
Child, the foundational Black American story is one of the greatest ever told. Resistance, resilience, and reimagining. And baby, that's the gag. We didn't just survive. We authored that shit. We are the blueprint. Full stop. Now here's the problem. Folks love to play in our faces with that tired-ass question, where are you from? No, really, where are you from? As if the word American only belongs to white people. Because for them to admit that we shaped this country through our own resistance and destiny, that would shatter the very foundation of their belief in white supremacy. Baby, that's why they come at us sideways. Because deep down, they can't fathom how we survived slavery, Jim Crow, and systemic oppression, and still created a culture that the whole world copies. That confusion turns into jealousy. That jealousy turns into disrespect. Let me be crystal clear. We don't need their validation. Black Americans are the blueprint because I'm American. My family is from North Carolina, mom and dad. And I can't tell you the number of times I get asked that dumbass question. Where are you from? No, really, where are you from? North Carolina. Generations deep. Because I'm not about to do Olympic level ancestry to make somebody else feel comfortable. Ain't it funny how nobody asks white Americans where they're really from? But let a black American say I'm American and somehow it's like the Wi-Fi cut out. The manufactured confusion. What they don't understand is our story is layered. African roots, European ancestry, not by choice. Native connections. And it all converges right here in the United States of America. That's our reality. That's our identity. And that's exactly why some of them are jealous. They can't wrap their heads around how we carried and still carry the weight of oppression and still became the cultural heartbeats of this nation. Music, fashion, innovation, style, language, and I could go on, but I'm not. We set the tone every single damn time. So the next time someone tries to play in your face and say black folks have no culture, no values, here's the list, baby. Family, liberty, justice, God, creativity, and survival. Those are our values. That's our culture. We are who we say we are and who they wish they could be, but never will. We are American. Full stop. So here's my ask of you. Stop giving clout, likes, and comments to folks who make a living disrespecting us. Block them. Protect your peace. Because the Black American story is too sacred to let outsiders rewrite. Child, it's too much. So drink your water. Stay rooted, real, and knowledgeable. And mind your black business. Happy Black History 365. And I'll see you next time.
So I just went on a work trip to Mitchellville, South Carolina. Mitchellville, South Carolina is the first U.S. town of self-governing formerly enslaved people. It was such a cool educational experience, but that's not why we're here. I had this realization while I'm there that as non-American black people, I'm talking Dominicans, Jamaicans, Trinidadians, non-American Africans, black Colombians, black Venezuelans, any non-American black person that is choosing to live in America, it is your duty to learn Black American history. Black Americans paved the way for us to be in America, to choose to be in America. If it wasn't for their fight for freedom, there's a high chance that we would not be here right now. And we have our own history with slavery, which I believe we should also be well versed in, but nonetheless, we chose to come to America. Our black brothers and sisters, their ancestors didn't choose to come to America. They were forced to come here, and they fought. They fought to be free, which paved the way for us to be here today. I, as a Dominican person living in America, I chose to be here. My family chose to migrate to America, which was made possible by Black Americans. And I personally am dating a black man that I love very much. We are constantly planning our future together, and part of that future is children. Now, I feel that as their mother, it is my duty to teach them about real Black American history. And I'm not talking about what they teach us in school. I'm not talking about what's in the textbooks or lack thereof. And I'm definitely not talking about what we learned from our non-black teachers. I'm talking about real Black American history. Like the other day, I learned from one of my Black friends that after the emancipation, when Black people were allowed to choose their last names because they were now free, they were choosing last names like Douglas because of Frederick Douglass, or Johnson because of our 17th president, Andrew Johnson, who notoriously freed his slaves and then hired them for their services. Not saying he's a good man, but whatever. Or they were choosing their last names based on their career. Like if they were a blacksmith, they chose the last name Smith. And this sent me down the Google rabbit hole because I needed to know if it was true. Sure enough, it is true. So this is what I'm saying. Open the books, go to the library, go down the Google rabbit holes, ask your Black friends, ask your Black friends' parents, go to places like Mitchellville, South Carolina that are rich in Black American history. Because again, our Black brothers and sisters in America paved the way for us to be here. And if you plan on creating families here in America, your Black American children need to know the real history of the country that they were born in.
Hey guys, good morning and welcome to part 5 of a message to my Black American brothers and sisters. Once again, happy holidays, and I hope that you are enjoying the holiday season. If this is your first time seeing this video, this is part 5, so go to my profile and watch part 1 through 4 so that it can make sense, okay? This video is titled Why Black Americans? Like, why them? All right? Okay, so the reason why God is going to be using specifically the Black Americans, Black American men and women, to reveal His light and to bring healing upon the earth and to overturn the curse that was born as a result of slavery and some things that were done during slavery. The reason why God is going to be using the Black American brothers and sisters, the men and women, is because they are the ones with the most light. What I mean by that is they are the ones who are the most mistreated on the planet, the most condemned, the most looked down upon, the most taken advantage of, the most incarcerated, the most denied, the most ostracized, who experience the most disdain. This is precisely why God is going to be using them. Those are the reasons why they are qualified in the eyes of God, because they haven't had the time to express hate. They've been busy dodging the hate, asking to be left alone, just surviving, drinking their water and moisturizing. That is precisely why they are the ones that God will choose, God will use, God is crazy about. Isn't it crazy? Is it? Of course, it is so like God to use the least to make them to do the most. It's so God. The recipe is like perfect. Anyway, so this is why Black Americans, they have the most light because they have not had the time to be dishing out hate. And because they haven't had the time to dish out hate, they're the purest. And that's why they're the ones that God is going to be using to bring healing and cleansing upon the earth. The next time God is going to show out, it's going to be because of the Black Americans. It's going to be because of Black Americans. Oh, that makes me so happy. Also, this is why Black Americans, because, and this might be disheartening for Black Americans, but this is why their enemies cannot leave them alone. Darkness needs light to survive. Darkness needs light to live. It's like a virus and a host. Viruses do not die easily because viruses hate to lose their host. So, this is kind of good news and bad news for Black Americans. Your enemies, in a way, will not be so easily when it comes to leaving you alone. It won't happen so easily because they need your light. They need your light. So you have to find a way to like separate yourself. And also and one way, when I say, I just heard this is the reason why the enemy has worked so hard to create division between Black Americans. Because when they are divided, when there's discord, when there's chaos, the enemies that it gives the enemy access into feed and continuing to feed on their light. Sorry, I zoned out there. I went into my trance there. So the Black American community needs to understand that their enemies will not just leave them alone. No, doesn't matter how many times you say, leave us alone. They won't, because they need your light. They need your light. Now, here's a nice self evaluation. Okay. Are you someone who is triggered by a Black person, an African American? When you see them, does your nervous system go out of whack? Do you teach your children racism, to dislike Black Americans? Because you might be watching me thinking, I don't hate them. I don't have any issues with them. Your nervous system will give you away. Your nervous system will reveal who you are to you. How you feel when they show up will reveal to you if the curse lives within you. Yes. So are you triggered by them? Now, I think I said it earlier that God is going to start specifically with Black American women for several reasons, but to name a few, because of their biology, because even out of the most disrespected groups of people, or Black people, Black American women are even the most disrespected. Socially speaking, they are kind of at the bottom of the barrel. It doesn't mean they are, but socially, this is what is believed. And so God is going to reach to the bottom of the barrel and bring out that gold, that diamond. And those golds, those diamonds are Black American women. Yes. So God is going to flip the script. Oh, this is so good, guys. I was smiling when I was receiving these messages, these downloads. I was smiling. So a quick recap. Black Americans they are the most innocent in the eyes of God because they've experienced the most hate, the most disdain, treated poorly, most disregarded. These are exactly why they are qualified in the eyes of God. Kids aren't taught to be kids aren't born racist. They are taught. When you teach your child to hate Black Americans, you pass on the curse, the darkness. Okay? Are you triggered by Black Americans? Well, if your presence upsets you, sorry, you carry the curse. Can't seem to leave them alone. You have to keep pecking at them, pecking at them, pecking at them. Yep, you need healing. You need healing. And so do a self eval. And are you a Black American who hates your own? Ooh, thank you for this. Thank you for this. Are you a Black American who hates your own? I know that right now it's trending. I've seen a lot of videos by Black American men condemning and disparaging Black women. It's the curse. You think you're being socially lit, but you're not. You're being used by darkness. So are you a Black person who hates your own? If you are, sorry, the curse got you. Yeah. So I'm going to leave it here for now. I hope this makes a lot of sense. I'm excited to record this video. I hope it reaches all of you that it's meant to reach. And I will be back with part 6. All right. Happy Friday once again and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.
So you know what? Black Americans did not just survive slavery. They survived what came after it. They survived Jim Crow, lynching, segregation, economic exclusion, mass incarceration, systemic inequality, name it. And still they built families, churches, schools, businesses, movements, and an entire culture. You don't accidentally survive that. You survive that because there is something special in your spirit. Black Americans changed the world without permission. From jazz to blues, hip hop to gospel, soul to rock, fashion, dance, language, sports, comedy, and even activism. The entire world borrows from black culture, even without giving credit. This alone proves their influence is not small, it is global. When people shape the culture of the entire planet while fighting oppression, that is a special strength. From inventors to scholars, doctors to engineers, activists to entrepreneurs, Black Americans continue to contribute to every field, even when opportunities are limited. Imagine what happens when a people rise while carrying extra weight on their backs. That is not weakness, that is greatness. So what are your thoughts on this video? Feel free to drop your thoughts on the comment section, like this video, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.